Hello YouTube, today I'll show you a Rokket PK deck profile. The deck was good prior to the ban list, but yeah, Elpy got hit, Striker Dragon got hit to 1, so the deck lost a lot of consistency. Not that it's not consistent right now, but it's more sustainable to interruptions. So yeah, I'll show you a deck profile, then you would do some test hands because there's no more combos with the deck, because you take different routes depending on what you draw. So yeah, the deck ends on pretty much the same board and pretty consistently if you don't get interrupted. So yeah, we'll start with the main deck monsters. We play a pretty big Rokket engine, so 3 tracers. Of course, is your extender. You always want this card in hand, so basically both routes you go during your combos in this deck depend on either you have access to Tracer or you don't have access to Tracer. So if you have access to Tracer, you can go to your Heraldic Seal, and if you don't have access to Tracer, you need to go to your Romulus to get Ravines and Absorouter and then get Tracer. So yeah, it really is Tracer dependent, let's say. So yeah, next we have 2 Silverrokkets. Pretty much you need 2 for always. You need a Rokket monster in your hand for your combo to go through. Also 2 Silverrokket because you want to always, if you draw it, you have access to it, is cool. But if you didn't draw it with Tracer, you always go for Silverrokket because you need to pop it with your Abomination during the end phase to banish a card from your opponent extra deck. And always is a cool interaction, mainly with Prank Kids, because they usually play 2 Meow Meow. I mean, some build play 3, but usually they play 2 Meow Meow, so you can banish the first one with the first Silverrokket. And if you have the read, because you see your opponent extra deck, that they only play 2 during your opponent's turn, because you will have a Tracer with this effect, you can go Tracer effect, pop itself or another card which can be useless to you at that point, and special summon your second Silverrokket, and that will trigger your Abomination because one card was popped with Tracer effect. And target your second Silverrokket, activate the effect, and leave them without Meow Meow, which pretty much makes the deck good. Also, you can do that with a lot of combo decks to get their favorite pieces out of the extra deck. And always, if for example, Prank Kids have a follow-up with a fusion, you always have the Savage Negate for that. Next, play 2 other names. Recharger. It really got decrease in popularity because this used to be good with Striker Dragon. You get it back, you special summon, let's say, Red MD from the graveyard, but Striker Dragon isn't one now, and you usually use that to get Boot Sector Lunch. But yeah, and 1 Magnarokket is another name, level 4. You don't need to play any other levels, just level 4 Rockets. Next, Absorouter. Like Absorouter and any Rokket name is a pretty good way to start a combo, but without Elpy and your second and third Striker Dragon, you need another extender to do that, to finish up with the combo. And also I play a pretty spicy card in my extra deck, and this comes up pretty much every time to finish the combo, and also Dark, which is pretty good. Next, not once per turn, E-Tally, Quick Launch. Yeah, we pretty lucky they didn't hit this one, because if Quick Launch was hit, then will be no chance for the deck to be playable again. Next one, Boot Sector Launch. In my older builds, I always used to play 2 to 3 because it's a free pop with Tracer, and also you had 3 Striker Dragon, you could search your second and third one, and your opponent never, if you pop this, they just assume that you don't have no more access to it, and then I used to go Striker effect again and proceed to win from there. Then we have the starters, 3 Starliege Seyfert. Absolutely the best starter. You just normal summon, search whatever you have. If you have access to your Chaos space, or access to your baby dragons. You get to search directly your tracer, so you need to go to Romulus. You have an extra interruption with Heraldic Seal. Next, to Noctovision. Noctovision is pretty nice. You still get to chain block Romulus, chain block Striker Dragon. It's super nice. Next, I still play the one black metal and the one red MD. Thinking of cutting them. Yeah, I need some more testing with the deck, let's say, to see what might work differently with these two, but it's still a good starter. You know, one starter goes to Romulus, and then every other card in your hand could be extenders. So for now, it's pretty good. Yeah, next for my Chaos package, one Levianeer. It's pretty good. Still, if you happen to draw it, or you can always make it turn 3 or turn 2 if you open Brotaur. Because with the Heraldic Seal effect, you special summon Brotaur, and Brotaur get to search you Levianeer, but most of the time Brotaur will not search you anything because card management in your hand is pretty low with this deck. You need to discard a lot if you don't see Tracer, and also you need to discard one for the quad board. Next, two best cards of the deck, free summons, the white and the black dragon. Searchable by Chaos Space, yeah, they're nice. Omni, I still want to run one because the Levy turn 3 is such an impactful card. And also the 3 Chaos Space, super nice, get you a monster directly from your deck, loads your grave, and also you can put back your Striker Dragon to your extra deck. And also it doesn't nag you because you can banish it and draw a card, so it's pretty nice. Next, 3 World Legacy Guardragon extender. You can move Pisty, it's pretty good. Ravine to search with Romulus, so you have access to your Rocket Synchro if you didn't open it. And the one called by the grave, because why not? Next, the PK engine is 1 boot and 2 fog blades. Self-explanatory, that's with your end board, and like 2 fog blade. Next, for interruptions, 3 Ash is universally good, it works with any deck pretty much. 2 Veiler, because Tri-Brigade is a thing, and because Salad is up again and you want to play with your graveyard, you have 2 Forbidden Chalice, and yeah, I love Forbidden Chalice. I used to play 3 Dark Ruler no more in this deck, and just the Ash and Dark Rulers, but that was a different format. Dragon Link was a pretty good deck back then. So yeah, you don't see more Dragon Link. It can be good depending on the locals you have. If you play a lot with Drytron, then of course Dark Ruler normal is good because you get to play, break your opponent's board, and also and on a full board because Dark Ruler normal is a hell of a card. So yeah, that's it for the main deck. Let me show you the extra. Extra, sadly, you only have the one Striker Dragon. Surgery Boot Sector Launch, you don't really use the effect of searching, the getting back from the graveyard no more, but yeah, still a good card. Surgery Boot Sector Launch, your extender. 2 Pisty out here, mainly for late game, of course, and also if I open Boot Sector Launch, I don't go for Striker Dragon, I just burn one of my Pisties, and so I have access to my Striker Dragon later on. 2 Heraldic Seal for the grind game, of course, and it spits out any dragon from your deck, it's pretty good. 1 B-Cup if you get Nibiru, the token, and the one you summon from the Heraldic Sphere, and then you can maybe play if you depending on your hand. 1 Quad Boral, absolutely best card in the deck. Romulus searches your Ravine, which gets you access to the Tracer, and now is the 1 Twin Triangle Dragon. So pretty much if you didn't have access to your Rokket Tracer, you go for the Romulus, Ravine, discard one, send Absorouter, and so Absorouter is a level 5 or higher, so this card becomes a 2-card, become instantly rusty, and then you should have another Dragon Extender level 4. And what you do, rusty, you might have a link to that points left and right, down, left and right, and also you go for this. This has the arrow, so it points in here. So you special summon your Absorouter. You pay 500 life points, special summon Absorouter, and make this to link this to for rusty, and rusty points this way. So with the extra dragon, you go for Pisty, and you have a zone to special summon with Pisty, special summon one of Rokket in your graveyard. Then with the Rokket and Pisty, go for Boral, Quad Boral, and so on with the combo, because you don't need to have Hieratic Seal because you didn't have access to Tracer. You should have the Romulus up here, so you just link the Romulus and Quad Boral and end on Abomination with 2 traps and Savage. Quad Boral, when you opened everything and you have combo with the Erratic Seal, you have to go for Quad Boral to make Abomination with Delingers and Quad Boral. Next, of course, the Rusty searches you your interruptions. Then this is like 2 flex spots. So the one is Trisbana, depending on what you're playing against. And the other one is Beat Cop, because usually if you get Nibiru, you don't have that much follow-up play, only if you open the God Hand. So yeah, I chose to play Trisbana. Is a dark, banishes, could be good for time also. But inside, I do play the Starlight, so the Scarlet. Next, one Abomination, of course, one Boral Sword to go for game, and one and only Boral Savage. So this is for the main and extra deck, and I'll do a quick shuffle and then show you guys a quick test hand with the deck. So I'm done shuffling. Let's do like a little cut here. Okay, draw a hand. So yeah, we open Boot Sector, a Rokket, Quick Launch, Absorouter, and a Levianeer. Okay, so this is our hand. Alright, this is a good hand. We can combo with this. We don't need to go for the Hieratic Seal because we don't need to go for Romulus because we have access to our Tracer this way. So yeah, we'll start by normal summoning the Silver, special summon Absorouter, links. Do we need to link Silver away? Doesn't make any sense because we already have Boot Sector launch and we don't net nothing for, so yeah. We just go this 2 for Hieratic Seal here, and we activate the Absorouter effect to add the Tracer. Okay, so now we go Boot Sector launch, activate the effect, special summon Tracer. Then I'll activate Quick Launch, activate Tracer, pop the Quick Launch. So I special summon 2 Rockets from my deck. So 1. And the Recharger. Here I'll link up the Magnarokket for Pisty. Then link off this 2 for Quad Boral. So you have a zone that Pisty can special summon to. So we go ahead and special summon, really doesn't matter, just special summon the Tracer. Then go Tracer, with Pisty for your Delingers. Yep. Then, fortunately, we need to special summon our Levy, so we will end on one less Fog Blade. So yeah, we banish Pisty, Magnarokket, and Absorouter for a Levy. We get to rip one off our opponent's hand, and then link this two for Rusty effect. We'll set a Fog Blade, and we'll send the Silent Boots, banish Silent Boots to add the second Fog Blade to your hand. Then you would want to activate the effect of your Quadboil, discarding the Fog Blade, popping Rusty, and special summoning the Tracer, Recharger, and Silverrokket, and this will trigger the effect of Delingers because the Rocket Monster is special summon. And here you can go for your Savage effect to equip with Rusty. Oops. So it has 3 negates now. Then this two, the Delingers will get banished. We'll go for the Abomination. And this is what you end on. 3 negate Savage. Unfortunately, yeah, but we ripped one of opponent's hand, but unfortunately we didn't end on 2 Fog Blades. We need to use 2 for our first extenders in our opening hand. But yeah, end phase, you go Abomination target, because target by a Link Monster, you get to pop it, see your opponent extra deck, banish 1. Then the effect to special summon a Rokket during the end phase, you special summon the Tracer. And that's what I said during the deck profile. Now that you don't have a card in your hand, you cannot go for Brotaur if we didn't open the Levianeer, for example, right? So yeah. So you end on Fog Blade, pop with Tracer, and then you can pop something in your opponent's turn, Savage negate, and also Heroic bounce. And in this situation, of course, you go for Seyfert. You special summon Seyfert this way because you can pop it with this and special summon another Rokket with the effect Tracer, and next turn you can banish it to add your Levianeer back, and you have Lightning Darks to pop something on your opponent's field. So yeah, that's the test hand. I'll show you guys deck profile. So yeah, I highly suggest testing with this deck. Dragon Link made finals during the remote duel YCS North America, so I mean this version can maybe do well too. So yeah, I'll definitely test more with the deck, and maybe if I change something with my list, we'll update the list. But till then, see you next time.